Getting started with Python. So we are starting introduction to Python. First thing, what is Python? Python is an object-oriented programming language developed by Guido van Rossum in 1991. It is simple and easy to learn, and it's an open source language. Means you can download free. It's an open source language. Python programming is used in artificial intelligence. When we write a Python code and we want to save that file, we save in an extension of .py. .py is the extension of Python file. Here is the example. myfile.py is the name of the file of a Python. It's a high level language. So what is the high level language? There are many high level languages are there. C, C++, Fortran, Pascal, even Python is also a high level language. These languages are closer to human language rather than machine language. The high level language, programming language, is designed to make computer programming more easy to understand. Java, C, C++, Visual Basic are the high level languages. Then comes the object oriented programming, OOP. Python is also an object oriented programming. It is about creating objects that contain both data and function. It is based on objects instead of just functions and procedure. We create functions and procedure in a Python, but it is basically not only based on function and procedures, based on objects also. And what is the object is? Object is an instance of a class. There is a class and an object. What is class? Class is a template, a blueprint representing a group of objects that share common properties and relationship. An object is an instance of a class. An object is nothing but a self-contained component which consists of methods and behaviors and properties or states. Means class, that is a template, is going to be used with the help of these objects. So we have to create the object to access the class. So it is an instance. First we need to understand what is class is. The class, if you go through, I have divided into two parts. One is a state and attribute, and second is a behavior. State and attribute means are the characteristics or properties of an object, and behavior is an operation of an object. Means whatever the functions are going to be, that is a part of a behavior, and state and attributes are the characteristics of that particular object. If I am going to show you an example, television. Television is a class. If we go through the state and attributes, behaviors, state attributes are size, color, model, sound, channels. These are the properties. These are the properties of a class television. And what are the behaviors? Switch on, switch off, increase or decrease the volume. These are the behavior of that television. But this is a class. It is only a blueprint. It is a template. If we want to access, we have to create the objects, and objects are instance. So here are three objects. One is Samsung, second is Sony, third is an LG. So these are the names, and names are the objects, and these names, these Samsung, Sony and LG are the instance of a class television. These three companies names are the same thing. They are the instance of a class television, and all the attributes and behavior are same of these. Means size, color, model, sound, channels are the part of Samsung also, Sony also and LG also. Only the thing is, the size is going to be different, color is going to be different, model is going to be different, sound quality is going to be different, channels are going to be different. Means I'm going to show you one more example. What is that? Example of a dog. Dog is a class. Attributes are breed, size, color, age, and behavior, eat, run, sleep, etc. Many other behaviors are there. And when we make an object, there are two objects are created. So one is at the top and second one is here. If you go through that, both are having same states and behavior, but state and attributes, breed, pug, breed, German Shepherd, size is small, color light brown, age 1 year. Here size is large, color is dark brown, age is 5 years. Means values, these properties are different, otherwise everything is same. So they are the part of the class dog, and this is a template and this is object. Python application. Python is known for its general purpose nature that make it applicable almost in every domain of software development. It provides libraries to handle. It is used in web applications, software development, desktop, graphical user interface applications, business applications, scientific, console based application, image processing, audio video, many libraries to handle these things. Web application, there are different libraries, software development, many libraries are there. You have to import those libraries to develop the applications. Next part is Python features. It is easy to learn and use, expressive language, interpreted language, cross-platform language. So easy to learn means Python is easy to learn as compared to other language. The coding is less, so it is easy to learn. Expressive language, Python can perform complex tasks using very few lines. Means few lines you can do a complex in comparison to other language C, C++. Interpreted language, it means Python program is executed one line at a time. Cross-platform, Python can run equally on different platforms such as Windows, Linux, Unix, Macintosh, etc. So we can say Python is a portable language. Free and open source, Python is freely available. GUI programming support. It also supports graphical user interface that is used for developing desktop application. We include some libraries and we can develop the GUI based interface applications also. It is object oriented programming. Python support object oriented language and concepts of classes and objects. Large standard library. It provides vast range of libraries. We can include that. Embeddable. The code of other programming language can be used in Python source code also. From where we are going to download that? Here is the site name, that python.org, from where we can download the latest version of Python 3.8.5. Now we move to Python IDEs, integrated development environment. Here is the list, and one more is there, that is Pyroid for Android mobile phone. PyCharm, Spider, PyDave, Atom, Wing, Jupyter, Rodeo, Eric, Thony, Microsoft Visual Studio. Python character set. Character set is an asset of valid characters that a language can recognize. Following are some of the character set. Letters A to Z in capital and A to Z in small. Digits 0 to 9, combination of these numbers. Special symbols plus, minus, multiply, divide, exponent, brackets, square brackets, curly braces, different signs. These are special symbols. White space, blank space, and horizontal tab. The tab that you are using and blank space, these are called the white space. Tokens. In a passage of text, individual words or punctuation marks or small lexical unit in a program is known as token. In a Python, tokens are keywords, identifier, literals, operators, punctuator. These are the individual words. Same way in language also, keyword, identifier, literal, operator, punctuator. These are the individual words, and all are being combined and being used as the part of the tokens. So first we discuss what is keyword. It is also known as reserved words. Keywords are case sensitive. There are 33 keywords in Python. Each keyword has special meaning and specific operation. That meaning and the operation we are not supposed to modify or make the changes. Next is identifier. An identifier is a name given to an entity like variable, functions, array, classes, etc. It helps to differentiate one entity from another. Identifier, we can say the variable also. There is a rule for writing an identifier. Identifier can be a combination of letter in lower or uppercase with number and underscore. There are some valid identifiers also. There are some invalid identifiers also. First, I'm just going to show you that some of the invalid identifiers. One var AB plus AD space 123 CH dollar AB hash 12. These are the invalid. Identifier variable or an identifier is not going to start with the number. It's always going to start from the characters or start with the underscore. Second thing, plus sign, dollar sign, hash sign, equal to sign. These are special symbols are not being used when you are going to declare a identifier. Third thing, in an identifier, gap is not allowed. This is white space, space is not allowed. I'm going to show you valid and invalid identifier. These are the valid one. ABC1, ABC12, AD12CD, AB underscore 123 or underscore ABC. These are the valid identifier. And these are the invalid one. 12 ABC is invalid, ABC space 12 is invalid, AB at the rate 12 is invalid, AB $1 is invalid, AB star %1 is invalid, AB plus 1 is invalid. Special symbols are not being used. Next we move to literals. Literals are also referred as constants. Python literal can be defined as the data that is given in a variable. These data items that never change their value during a program run. There are some literals names: character, string literal, integer, floating literal, boolean literals. Character literals. One character enclosed in single quotes or in double quotes, that is called character literal. Here is an example I have shown: CH equals to A or CH equals to double quotes B. Means this is our character literal, and the whole program, this CH is being constant and it is only going to store that as a character. We are not supposed to change it. It is not going to change dynamically. It remains constant. Now if we move to the next part, string literal. String literal can be formed by enclosing text in a quotes. It is single or in a double quotes. Like name equals to Rohan or name equals to single quotes Rohan. In both the cases, the name is a string literal and it is only going to store string. Number literal. An integer is a numeric literal without any fractional part. Means when we declare a number literal, it will store only a numerical value without the fractional part. Three types of integer literals: decimal, octal and hexadecimal. I have given you the example also. A equals to 10 or B equals to minus 23. This is our number literal, and A and B are going to store only numeric value without fractional part. Next is floating point literal. Floating point literal is a numeric literal that has either a fractional form or an exponent form. For example, A equals to 2.445 or B equals to 0.5567 or C equals to minus 2.345. These are our floating values with fractional part. And in this case, in a whole program, A, B, C are going to work like a floating. Next part is bool literal. It is used only to store true or false. If I declare a variable name result and I put the equal to and then bracket, 10 equals to 20. It means I am comparing 10 with 20. Is 10 is equals to 20? It will give us the answer that is false, and the false is going to store inside the result. So in this case, this result is going to be like a bool literal, boolean literal, only going to store true or false, not 10 or 20 or point or decimal values or whatever values. It is not going to store, or character or string, only going to store true or false value. Punctuators. These are also known as separators. Brackets, parentheses, braces, comma, semicolon, colon, many other signs are the part of the punctuators. Slowly when we start the programming in Python, we will use these signs also, so you will understand the working of the separators also. Then the next one is operators. There are many operators are there. Some of the operators I have shown here. You know that: plus, minus, divide, multiply. These are the arithmetic operators. There are many other operators also there. We will discuss that afterwards, how we are going to use those operators. Next part is that how we write a comment in a Python. We move to the next part, that is how we are going to write a comment. Comment is a part that is not going to be read by the Python interpreter. It has been ignored. Only the coding is being readable, and these comments are not going to be read by the Python interpreter. It is only for the human being to understand. We write down some description about at the top about particular code and put them in a comment. When we talk about the Python comment, the hash has been the symbol that has been used for writing a comment. So if we go through that, there are two types of single line comments and multi-line comments. If you want to write down single line comment, then you have to put the hash at the left side and write down the comments. If you want a multi-line, then you have to put in each line, you have to put the hash sign.